Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Today I make this video with a very heavy heart, compelled to address one of the most insidious and reprehensible issues plaguing our society: domestic violence and the killing of women. It is a scourge that knows no boundaries, often affecting even individuals of all races, ages, and socio-economic grounds. But to make but make no mistakes, it is not a private matter. It is a pervasive social ill that demands our collective attention and action. First and foremost, let us acknowledge statistics that points a grim picture of First and foremost, let us acknowledge staggering statistics that points a grim picture of what the reality faced by countless of the reality faced by countless women every day. According to the World Health Organization, one in three women has experienced physical or sexual abuse, often at the hands of an intimate spouse. Even more alarming, the figures from Cameroon: as of January 2023, 27 women died as a result of violence perpetrated against them by men, in most cases a spouse or a relative. Yet, behind these statistics are not just mere numbers but real human lives: mothers, daughters, sisters, friends, who are subjected to unspeakable cruelty and brutality. Their voices cry out for justice, for protection, for a society that values life and dignity. I want to take a moment to share with us the story of a woman popularly known as Nawine, where I lived. This woman, she was a rare submissive woman with an uncommon humility that exudes a quiet strength and grace. Her husband, Bobby, on the other hand, was a man devoid of empathy, a cruel and heartless figure whose presence cast a shadow of fear and despair. Behind closed doors, he unleashed a torrent of abuses, both physically and emotionally, on Nawine. So, Nawine was tired of all these abuses, and one day she decided to retaliate. Because the husband will beat her, will abuse her, because maybe he knocked the door twice and she did not open on time. Maybe he came back, she delayed in serving him food at odd hours, 2 a.m., 1 a.m., 3 a.m. Neighbors will get shout, "Help me, he's going to kill me today." So on this fateful day, since Bobby had manipulated Nawine emotionally to feel that his outburst of rage was caused by her, she decided to do everything within her power to avoid this violence. And on this particular day, she kept water in the freezer in a bucket. After doing everything she knew the husband would have wanted her to do. And she said, if after doing these things, this man beats me again, I was going to retaliate by pouring cold water on him. Let him just have a pinch of what I feel each time he abuses me. And after Bobby came, unfortunately for her, Bobby got her beaten. After weeping for some time, at about 1 or 2 a.m. like that, she poured that bucket of cold water on the husband while he was deep asleep. And out of shock, he had attack. And the next morning, the military forces arrested Nawine for homicide. Whose fault was that? Okay, what are some of the consequences of this gender-based violence? Number one, we have mental health issues. We have a depression. We have suicidal thoughts. We have interpersonal relationship strains. You see your in-law, you cannot greet your in-law because, or a child cannot meet the father because the mother is preventing the child from meeting the father. In the spirit of Martin Luther King Jr., I have a dream speech. We can envision a world where all individuals are treated with dignity, respect, and equality. Just as King dreamed of a future where his children will not be judged by the color of their skin but by the content of their character. We aspire to a society where women and girls are free from the threat of gender based violence and femicide. In conclusion, let us remember that gender based violence and femicides are not evitable, they are preventable. Each of us have a role in playing for creating a safer world, more equitable world for everyone. By speaking out against injustice, advocating for policy changes, supporting survivors, and challenging harmful attitudes and behaviors, we can work together to end the epidemic of gender based violence and femicide. Together, let's commit to building a future where all individuals, regardless of gender, can live free from fear and violence. Thank you for your attention and dedication to this important cause.